Welcome back everyone, I'm Nick, this is Swiftful Thinking, and if you're watching this video, you probably decided to take this course, so thank you for choosing this course. I do think you guys are going to really like it, and in this video we're going to just jump right in. We're going to create our Xcode project, we're going to do some project setup, and towards the end of the video we're going to set up a color scheme that we can then use throughout our entire app. Now I'm going to use a black and pink color scheme, which I recommend you doing the same as we build this, and then at the end of the project you'll easily be able to just change out the color scheme to whatever color scheme that you actually want to use. Alright, let's jump into Xcode and let's start a new project. Alright guys, hope you're excited for this one. Let's go ahead and open up Xcode. Let's create a new project. Let's make sure we're on the iOS tab here. And then let's go ahead and click app, and that's because we're building for an iPhone and the iPad, and then we're just building a regular app. We're not building a game or an AR app or anything, just a regular app. And then it's going to ask us for the product name, and this will be the name of our app, of course. So I'm going to call my project SwiftUI Crypto, and you can call it whatever you want here. My recommendation is to not use any spaces in the product name, but whatever you put here basically will just be the name of the folder on your computer. So you can change this if you'd like. The team, of course, I'm going to put my team. If you have an Apple developer account, you can put that here. But it is okay if you put none for now, if you don't have a developer account yet. For the organization identifier, this is almost always com dot, and then your organization or your name or your team or your company. So com dot my name is fine. And then it's going to create a bundle ID for us. And this isn't very relevant for our app because we're not going to actually put this in the App Store, but this is just a unique identifier basically for this app bundle, which is the organization identifier dot product name. The important thing on this screen is to make sure we are building a SwiftUI app. We are using the SwiftUI app lifecycle, and of course, we're going to be coding in Swift. Now we're going to use core data in this app, but we don't need the template code from Apple, so we're actually going to leave this box unchecked for now. And we're also not going to add tests in this app, so we'll leave these unchecked. Let's go ahead and click next. Go ahead and find where you want to save it on your Mac and click create. Once you're inside, click resume on the canvas just to make sure it is all connected here. I'm going to change my canvas actually to be an iPhone 12. Make this a little bigger. We're going to do a little bit of project setup in this video. The first thing we're going to do is jump into the project navigator on the left here. We're going to click on this blue icon, and this is where our app settings are. And we're going to change the display name. The display name is the name for the app when it's on the home screen of the iPhone, so right below the app icon. And we obviously don't want it to be SwiftUI Crypto, but let's change the name to Crypto Tracker. Again, you can name it whatever you want. The version will be 1, the build will be 1. We're going to build for the iPhone and the iPad. We're not going to build this for the Mac. We're going to build this for the portrait mode, and we're not going to build it for landscape. So let's uncheck landscape left and right here. And I think that's actually all we need to do on this tab. Alright, and the next thing we're going to do is just import some assets to our app. So if we go to the assets.xc assets folder, this is where we can embed some assets into our application. Right now we obviously don't have anything here, but let's add some. And I actually have this folder already downloaded on my computer, so you are welcome to use your own assets if you want, but I will put in the caption below a link to my website here, which is just nicksarno.com/downloads. And on here I have a link for you guys where you can download the same resources that I'm using, which is what I have right here. So if I open this up quick, right now there are 3 folders. I think I might actually add a couple more folders for you guys by the end of this video. But what we're looking at right now is just the assets folders. And I added 2 folders here because this assets.xc assets is actually the same thing as this folder in our project. So if you're feeling really lazy, you could just drag and drop this into the project. Go ahead and click copy items, click create groups, add to target checked, and click finish. And then you could delete the current assets folder, and everything should be all set up for you. We're going to have an app icon. We're going to have a couple default images. We're going to have some colors for our launch screen, and we're going to have some colors for the rest of our app. So if you're feeling lazy, you can just put these assets in here, but if you're just learning to code and just getting started with iOS development, setting up this assets folder is really important to your app. So because of that, I actually want to walk through all of this with you guys. So I'm going to delete this folder in my project here, and we're going to start with a fresh folder and set it up manually. And that's why I actually have another folder here called the assets.blank project. And in this folder is all of the assets that we're going to use to actually set this up manually. So we're going to ignore that assets.xc assets folder in here. And we're going to ignore the app icon for a second. We're going to do that later in the video because it's not very important. But let's import some of these images quick. So I'm going to highlight these images. This is the CoinGecko, the logo.transparent at different sizes, and the logo with the black background. Let's click and drag them into our assets folder. So let's just click through, make sure that we have the images showing in each of these. And then let's right click on this column here and create a folder. And we'll just call this images. Let's drag all of our images into that folder just to stay organized. And the next thing we're going to do is set up some colors in our app. So let's right click on this column again, create a folder. And I'm going to call this theme colors. And it should actually be outside of this folder here. So like that. And in our theme colors, of course, we're going to add a bunch of colors. So the first color we're going to do is the accent color, which Apple actually gives us by default. And this is that default blue. So when you're creating like SwiftUI buttons and they come out blue by default, that's because the accent color defaults to blue. But we can override that, and that's what we're going to do. So let's take this accent color, let's bring it into our theme colors folder. Let's click on it. Let's open up the inspector on the right side here. And whether or not we're in light or dark mode, I want to have a different accent color. So I'm going to change this appearance to any comma dark. So in any appearance other than dark, which is basically just light mode, we're going to set this equal to a black color. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click show color panel, and I'm going to use pitch black, which is actually, if I drag the RGB all the way to the left here, it's going to be just a straight up black color. And I'll put that right there. Let's click on the dark appearance, and in the dark mode, I want the accent color to actually be a bright color. So I'm going to click on show color panel here, and here we're going to use the hex color. So we're going to click on the RGB sliders tab, and we're going to change the hex color to FAC FFC. And that's going to give us this nice light pink, almost like a whitish pinkish color. And this is the color theme that I'm going to use for this app. It's basically like a black and pink theme. So let's X out of here. Let's create another color. So let's right click, create a color set. I'm going to call this background color. And the background color in light mode is going to be white. So we're going to leave that as is. But in dark mode, our background color is actually going to be black. So I'm going to click on this, and again, I'm going to set the RGB to 0. That's that pitch black again. So that gives us our background color. All right, let's add another color. So I'm going to right click this, add a color set, and let's call this green color. And this green color we're going to use as an indicator when the prices go up, and it's like green, it's positive. So in light mode, let's click show color panel. And in light mode, I'm going to use a darker green. So I'm going to use this clover here. And then in dark mode, I'm going to use a brighter green, which is going to be the flora here. I think that's going to look really nice. So that's this green at the bottom. Let's right click again and create another color set. Let's call this red color. And in light mode, let's click show color panel. And in light mode, I'm going to actually use a dark red, which I'm actually going to use this maroon. So it's more of a pink than a red. But traditionally in like finance apps, when prices go down, it's red. So that's why I'm calling it red color. In the dark appearance, let's click show color panel again, and let's use the strawberry. So it'll be a little bit brighter when we're in dark mode. And one more color we're going to add. Let's right click, add a color set. Let's call this secondary text color. And this is going to be the text color other than the primary text color. So the primary text color we get by default, so we're not going to override that. So let's set this up on the any appearance, which is the light mode. Let's show the color panel, and we're going to use a darker color. I'm going to use tin. And then in the dark mode, we're going to use a slightly brighter color. So let's use magnesium. All right, that sets up the colors for our theme. Now, if you drag and drop the assets folder, there was another folder here in this column that said launch colors. And we're actually not going to set that up right now in this project, because when we go to actually add the launch screen, we're going to set up those colors at that time. So if you have it, it's okay. You can just leave it there. Otherwise, with these colors, let's now set these up so that we can easily use these in our project. All right, so in the navigator, I'm going to right click on the navigator, create a new group. I'm going to call this extensions. And anytime we add an extension to a standard Swift class, we're going to put that file in this folder. So I'm going to right click on the extensions, create a new file, and we're going to extend color. So let's create a Swift file, and let's call this color. Go ahead and click create. I'm calling it color because we're going to extend the color class. So in here, let's create an extension, and we're extending color. Then we'll open the brackets. And color is part of the SwiftUI framework, so we actually need to import SwiftUI. And then outside of this extension, let's create a struct with all of the colors that we have in our app. So we're going to create a struct, we'll call it color theme, and we'll open the brackets. And then in this color theme, I'm just going to add one variable for all of the colors that we just set up: accent, background, green, red, secondary. So let's say let accent equals color, open the parentheses, and we're going to use the name. And now the name of the accent color needs to be the exact same as the accent color here. All of these strings, this text needs to be the exact same. So this will be the accent color. We'll say let background equals color, background color. We'll say let green equals color, green color. Let red equals color. Let's do the red color. And then finally, let secondary text equals color, secondary text color. And in our extension of color, we're going to create a static let theme, and we're going to set it equal to an instance of color theme, open close parentheses. So by adding the static here, we can then use this instance anytime we call color. We can access the theme, and then inside the theme, we can access all of these colors. And just to demonstrate how powerful this little bit of code is, let's jump into the content view. Let's click resume, and let's just make sure all of our colors are working. Let's set up a quick little test view here. Let's add a Z stack, open the brackets. So if we wanted to create a background as a color, we would do color.red and then .ignores safe area. This is how we normally get colors in our SwiftUI apps. But because we set up this theme, we can now call color.theme.background. And that's going to give us the background color, which we set up as white. On top of this background, let's add a VStack quick. Let's open the brackets, and let's just add some text in here. We're going to say accent color. I'm going to say text. We'll do secondary text color. Another one, text. We'll do red color. And finally, let's do text, and we'll do green color. And as you guessed, we're going to change the font color of these. So we'll do .foreground color, and we'll do color.theme.accent. Here we're going to do foreground color, color.theme.secondary text. Here we're going to do foreground color, color.theme.red color, and finally foreground color, color.theme.green. All right. I'm going to, on the VStack, let's just give these a font of headline and maybe some spacing just to make it look good for a second. And so if you did this all correct, you should now be able to see a white background. The accent color should be black. The secondary text color is gray. We have a dark red for the red color and a dark green for the green color. And if I click on the inspect preview here and switch it into dark mode, we should see all the colors automatically adapt to dark mode. Our accent color turns to this like bright pink. I'll zoom in a little bit. Our accent color turns to this bright pink. The secondary text is still a gray. The red color is a bit of a brighter red, and then the green is a brighter green. So now we have our color scheme set up, and we can use this color.theme across our entire app. And for those of you who are just getting into iOS development, you probably don't realize how powerful this is. But by setting up our color theme beforehand and using these globally adaptive colors throughout our entire app, it's going to save us a lot of time and stress later on trying to adapt for dark mode. So right off the bat, when you create new projects, I highly recommend setting up your theme and making it so that these colors are adaptive to light and dark mode. And again, we did that in the assets folder. We created our colors. We gave them different colors for light and dark mode. And then we created a simple extension for color where we set up our theme here. And if we ever wanted to add more colors to our theme, we could add more colors just right in here. And even better than that, if we ever wanted to test out a new theme or a different theme, we could create another struct. We could just call it maybe color theme 2, and then just put that into our app. And then our entire app would build with that new color theme 2. So this is super powerful and a great way to set up your color theme in your apps. All right, guys, that was a little bit of setup. And in the next video, we're going to actually start coding and building out our app. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Nick. This is Swiftful Thinking, and I'll see you in the next video.